Hello and welcome to Photography and Technology Tools. In this episode we're going to take a look at a camera bag. The Cooper Slim 13 from Tenba. Just got it on Friday. Today is Sunday, so we're going to see what it looks like. Okay, I've been looking at this bag for well over a year and found a reason one way or the other not to buy it. It's expensive, but recently, I always sort of check on it and see if there's any price change, and there was. So last week I saw it at a lower price and I bit the bullet and went ahead and ordered it. Problem with a lot of the Micro Four Thirds equipment I have and the and bags and so on is none of the stores within driving distance of me are typically handle these things, so I can't really touch them and see them and see if they're going to work out or not. So the idea was, which never sort of pans out, is I order it, and if it's not right, I'll send it back. So I'm not sending it back. I took all the labels off. It's mine. And this is not a review. This is really just kind of looking at the features in the bag and how I think I'll use them, what I'm hoping I can get in them, and what I can't get in. For reviews, you'll find lots of reviews, particularly of this bag. And Victoria Diaz, check her channel because she does great reviews on a variety of bags, and I think probably might have a record for the number of bags that she owns. Okay, so what I'm doing with this is trying to replace the VanQuest Sketch 12 that I was using. I'm not going to replace it. I'm going to keep the bag. This is a great bag, and one of the nice things about this bag is it's expandable and contractible. So it's in its small phase right now, but you can make it into a medium size, which is usually how I have it packed when I have things in it. It's empty right now. When I'm taking things on a trip, and then I've used my Low Pro Streamline 250 as my day bag. So I take the things out of this bag and use it in that bag when I just want to have I have equipment that I want to have with me during the day. What I'm hoping to do is be able to use this bag as both my transport bag and my day bag, because it's small enough, and it's small enough that it's not cumbersome. This is a little cumbersome, and partly because of the things I have attached to it probably, but it's a little cumbersome as just an everyday bag. But as I said, it's a great bag. And actually, if you compare them, the profiles, width-wise, they're about the same size, really. And as I said, this doesn't have anything in it, so it's not bulging at all. Height-wise, when this is in its small configuration, they're about the same. And length-wise, the VanQuest is a little bit longer, it appears, even though if you match up the bottoms, they really are about the same size. They both will hold a 13-inch laptop. So one of the reasons this is called a Slim 13, I believe. But let's see what I've got in here now. Well, actually, before we do that, let me mention a couple other things. One of the things that I really was attracted to by this bag, and one of my ideals in a bag, is it has end pockets, and they lay flat against the bag. But you can unzipper them to expand them, so you can use them for eyeglasses, a water bottle. You could even put a little lens in there. This bag comes with its own little raincoat, a black side and a white side, depending on how you want to use it. And I can keep that in there, so that's a possibility. I usually love to carry my Patagonia Houdini windbreaker, and I could stuff that in there, and that might be an answer. So it's very usable, and then the nice thing is you can just, and zip it back up, and it's flat. The back has the little carrier, the holder that you can put on the handles of those suitcases that you pull with wheels that extend. So that's very handy. And again, in the back, it has a large pocket that's intended for that 13-inch laptop or something similar. And a 15 would not fit, I don't think. I think it exactly would work for a 13. And in the front, there's, it's a messenger style bag. So on the flap, there's a nice pocket right here. That's the depth of that flap. And there's nothing else, and no other pockets in here. So this is great for like a passport, travel documents, and so on. You get to very easily when you're traveling. And then another feature that I love, and a lot of bag manufacturers have been copying, is this top access. So even though it's a messenger bag, you pull up the flap to get inside, you can leave the inside zippered because it has you can secure the inside with another zipper closure. But I can get in here and I can easily, with this around my neck, pull out a camera. So that's very nice. And it also, it closes with hook and loop. So noisy hook and loop, but it has a feature, and I'm still practicing this, so I'm not sure I can do it quite right. If you pull down on it and out, it worked that time. There's little or no noise, so that's kind of nice. So that's the exterior of the bag, and it has a nice strap. You can take this off. It's got Velcro, so you can take it off. You could change it with something else if you wanted to. You could add things for here for SD cards, that you can get from manufacturers. So let's open this baby up, and I've been playing with how to pack it. So I'm going to take. I've got an EM1, and this whole insert comes out. So that's nice. When you take the insert out, then you can use this as a messenger bag. And there are no other pockets, I don't think, inside here, but this is that flap that can be zippered closed if you want. Otherwise, you can push it down. The top flap has these little lips that will go down and protect it so rain doesn't get inside. That's nice. And so and then the front has these two kind of semi-expandable pockets that, for example, my little red bag that I keep all my peripherals, like for my hearing aids and band-aids and earbuds and that sort of thing, SD cards and an old film canister. That'll fit in one of those pockets, and that doesn't bulge it very much. That might be where I use that. I've come up with a new way to store my batteries. I was using this old Olympus camera bag that I got free with some purchase I made at Adorama. But I dug out one of these, but that won't fit in this bag easily. It was perfect in the VanQuest bag because it helped to form it out a little bit, since this didn't have an insert except for an aftermarket insert that I got. This is an old Case Logic hard drive case, and it's not hard shelled, but it's it's pretty hard. And I've because of the recent discussion of airlines cracking down on batteries, I've been trying to collect little Ziploc-y like bags or plastic bags that I can put my batteries in, keeping them separate from each other. And so this hard drive case works out pretty nicely. I can put a battery there. I've got a battery checker for my AA's that I can put in there, and my charger. And the nice thing is the EM1 and the EM5 Mark II both use the same battery type, so I only need one camera battery charger. And then I've got two batteries here next to each other, so they're not touching. The issue with the airlines is they don't want any chance for the terminals to touch each other and start a fire or whatever else. But that would go nicely in one of these front bags or pockets as well. So that's a possibility. And so let's take a look at what I have in here. This insert is great because it is so configurable, and you get, as you do with most bags, you get these dividers, and they're a type that can go on the side. The whole inside of this insert is the kind of material that the hook and loop will stick to. So you get two that are like flaps, so it can be like a pull it up kind of thing. And then you get 2 or 3 that are Velcroed on both ends, or hook and loop on both ends. So what I've done is I have the EM1 or the EM5 Mark II that I can get to very easily. But below it, I have a lens stored, and on top of the lens, I have one of these dividers. And I'm seeing here, really, I probably should use one of those flaps. That's probably a better idea. It is kind of hard to get these out. I mean, that's a good thing in a way. You don't want them just to pull off. And so I've got my Rokinon 7.5 lens down at the bottom of that. And there's some space next to that, so maybe that's where I can put something like the pop-on flash for my EM5. Let's see if that'll fit. Yeah, I think that will fit. Perfect, perfect. Okay, and then I put the divider back down, and the EM5 fits in there very nicely. In the last compartment at the bottom here, this is very small, and it's exactly the size to hold my 12 to 40 Olympus 12 to 40 2.8 lens, and this is exact the size for the EM5 with the 12 to 32 lens on it, Panasonic 12 to 32, which is what I've been using doing videos for learning photography. So I left that on because it's kind of a small footprint. And in the first compartment, though, I have filters and my Nissan i40 flash. And the way this folds up, it's a nice little cube, and so it fits perfectly in here. But I made this first compartment, this top, well, as you look at it, the top compartment, so that the EM1 with the Panasonic 35 to 100 lens on it, this is the f4 to f5.6 version, the less expensive one, that fits perfectly in there. You know, having the 12 to 40 just was a little bit made it too wide, and then changed the configuration. But I'm still experimenting. I may change back to that. So these form a nice base, if you will, or floor for the EM1. And in this first compartment then, I have my TG tracker, you know, the Olympus action camera with its charging cable. And in here is the 12 to 40, and I'm seeing it's a little hard to get it out. So this may not be the best place to put it. You're seeing it live, folks. Discovering problems. Okay, so that's not a good idea. And I would probably use this lens a fair amount, so let's rethink that configuration. Let's put the action camera in here first. I use that less, and sometimes never use it. And then put the lens on top of it. And there we go, that's perfect. Now I can get this out very easily. So that makes a lot more sense. And I'll put the that's the EM1. That goes in here. And the EM5 goes in here. Okay, that's good. And then let's put this back in the bag. I've got these other dividers, so I can figure on that. So I'm still trying to figure out, you know, what I'm going to do. As you can see, I've still got a bunch of things here that I got to do something with. And what I'm thinking is, you know, I don't always take the wireless mic. I do need the battery charger. My sunglasses will fit in one of these front pockets easily enough, or end pockets, so that'll work. But I am thinking that, and that's what I'm going to do in this next trip we go on, I'm going to take the Cooper Slim, as you see it packed now, and these extra things I'm going to put in my Streamline 250. Now this trip is by car, so I'm not worried about having to carry stuff on an airplane. But I guess I have not gotten yet to that point where I'm a one-bag guy. And some of you will say, and have already said, one camera, one lens, and then you got extra space. And that's a good point, but I still have the just-in-case problem. I want to take these wireless mics set up just in case I get a chance to record. I want to take my action camera just in case I use it. So it's a dilemma, but it's a dilemma. It's a good dilemma to have, and I'm sure that we'll figure it out. So thank you very much for tuning in. I hope this was somewhat useful to you, and as I said before, maybe a little entertaining. And if it was, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And look out for more episodes. You know, the next one I'm planning to do is on what I'm liking about the EM5 Mark II. I really am liking it. And I have several episodes already posted for learning photography, and I've got more ready to upload. and I have plans for a whole bunch more. So if you subscribe to my channel, you'll see those alerts for those new episodes. Thank you very much, and I'll see you the next time.